Hey guys. So, misconceptions of running a bookkeeping business. So, this is some things that I didn't know when I first started my business back in 2015. Now, when I got started, we were doing mainly accounting, bookkeeping, and CFO services. Nowadays, we add a little bit of tax services as well. But there's a lot of different things that I had no idea were normal or were supposed to happen that happened, and if I had known this stuff, it would have made things a lot easier of reaching success. Now, if you want some help growing your business, like maybe been thinking about starting your business, or maybe you've already started, it's just not quite going the way that you hoped or the way that you want, if you would like some help, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. So first misconception is business growth is not fast, but it's forever. The reason why is actually twofold. So when I say forever, the first thing is the skill sets that you learn, right? So skill sets of like marketing and sales, right? Now, so when it says skill sets, right? Everyone has to learn, how do you identify what is a good quality client? Right? So just knowing what to look for, who to look for, and how to really identify who's going to be able to pay you some money. Second thing is really understanding like how do you utilize the internet or whatever platform you want to go and actually have a connection or a relationship with that person. Right? Third thing is really understand like what are the words, phrases, and feelings you need to really impart on the other person in order for them to feel like they really want to work with you on a long-term basis. Right? And I'll give you a great example. So I was kind of getting into like a love-hate relationship with Facebook for like the last 3 or 4 years. And then there's a new platform that came out that is very, very similar to Facebook. It's just, it's still in kind of its development stage, right? So I took the exact same thing that I did on Facebook and I moved it over to this new platform. And it's having a pretty good result so far. We just started 3 days ago. But as far as the leading indicators of success on this platform, it looks like it's pretty much the same as Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So, but it's this underlying skill set that I have that took me a lot of years to really develop, right? How to go and build something, how to go and talk to people, how to go and get people who are interested in what I have to offer, right? And you just keep doing that over and over again. Those skill sets are forever, right? The second reason why this stuff is forever is because you have long-term clients, right? Part of having accounting and monthly bookkeeping clients is that in a lot of cases, the minimum time frame they're going to stay with you is at least a year, right? Maximum they can stay with you for 25, 30 years, depending on how long you're in business. I've had people I've talked to that have had their longest clients 35, 40 years that they've both done the business, right? So it's there's no real cap to how long someone can keep paying you money, right? So it's once you just really get good at this stuff one time, it can never be taken away from you. Now, the challenge is it doesn't always happen fast. Now, one misconception people have from my, testimonials and from people that we help is yes, we do get faster results than what someone would do on their own, but that's because I'm basically condensing 10 plus years of knowledge and skill set, and we help you avoid a lot of obstacles. So you're not making those obstacles. So it's really yes, it might take someone 7 days to go get a client, 14 days, 21 days, but it's really because they have 10 years and 21 days. They have 10 years worth of experience being imparted on them faster. But if you don't have that, right, then it's you have to kind of go through those, the school of hard knocks, where you try something one day, it doesn't work, you try this other thing, it doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. Maybe something works and something starts to work, then you have a false sense of success because it starts working and then it stops working, you know what I mean? So it's you have all these hindrances over here. So for most people that start a business, yes, I had a person who said one time, well, I saw all these testimonials online about different people, and I think I could do it too. It's yeah, but I think you fail to realize the people who are on a testimonial video have paid money to be in a program that got them the results. It wasn't that they just had it on their own. So by you not paying for the result, you're not going to have the same trajectory that someone else had. And it clicked for, it's oh. And it's just I think a lot of people, that's a misconception people have, right? Really the biggest challenge you're facing when you're starting a business is really perception of just how the world of business and just life kind of works, right? Two main things, right? So number one is, we'll do one second. Let me write down this because a new thought came to mind. Number one is that most times, like, your job has kind of, like, for your whole life has, like, really trained you to think in either 2-week or 30-day increments, right? Where it's like every 15 days or 14 days you get paid at your job if you're working like an hourly job. If you're working a salary job, you might get paid like once a month, right? But 30 days is not a very long time frame. So if you're expecting to have success in 30 days, but you have not put in the work to go and get that, right, then it's generally not going to work. So I'd almost think of it like you have to kind of go back to school. So they call it the school of hard knocks, right? When you're getting into your accounting career, you have to go to school for X number of years, plus a little bit of extra, maybe go back and get your master's. Now you've increased your earning potential. With this, you have to learn the skill sets of marketing, sales, and then pricing your services. Once you have that knowledge, now you can go out to the races, right? But when I say perception is really your ability to see in front of you in a very clear and accurate way. I almost like, the analogy of you're driving a car. And when you're first getting started in a business, you have like these headphones that are very dingy. You can only see like 1 foot in front of you. And they can see 1 foot in front of you very clearly too, because they're kind of dingy. So there could be, it looks like there's nothing in the roadway, but there's really a deer sitting in front of you like 5 feet away. Or it's just slightly outside of your visual field, so you can't even see it and you just smash it, right? But as you go and like get more experience, your heads get either clearer or they go farther, right? So you might go a little bit farther, but now they're still dirty, right? They go farther, they're a little bit dirty. Then you start clearing them, now you can see the stuff in front of you more clearly, right? And it's like that's the more years you're in the game, the more experience you have, or the more help that you get, the better your vision is, right? So I can plan out something very, very simply using my past data and just all the other like stuff that I've either purchased or courses I've been in to kind of predict the future. So I predicted yesterday if this new platform works close to the way that I think that it can, and we're still proving out it's only 3 days old, if the numbers hold, right, I can make an extra $700, maybe even $1 million with this platform without really having to push that hard on the gas, right? But how do I know that? It's because I can take from my old Facebook group, I can take all the metrics, like how many people did it take to get one client? How much did each group member cost? How much time did it cost? How many posts I have to make in order to do that? Like, what was the cost involved? How many messages do I have to send out, right? So I can go and extrapolate that over here, right? Because I can do the same thing from Instagram. So you might say, well, Bryce, Facebook is different than this new platform. So how do you know? Well, we also have the metrics from Instagram and from LinkedIn and from Twitter. So we combine all the statistics, we put it together, and now we can actually go and make an educated guess based on that, right? But it's like if you're starting out, you don't have that. So it's like you kind of have to go put in that time to go and develop your KPIs. And a KPI just stands for Key Performance Indicator. Again, it's something that cleans your headlights, right? So maybe you can see far, but if you don't know what the exact numbers are, it's very foggy. So the KPIs will actually clean that up, right? So another thing that's important to note, right, is like a lot of the stuff that happens in this business is it's a lot of compound interest. So oftentimes, one thing that you might see with like the students in our mentorship program, who's a good example of this? We'll probably say like James. So with James, it took him probably like 27 days to get his first like client. Then he didn't get another client for another month. And then what happened the next month, he actually gained, so the first month he gained what, $750, next month's another $750, so at $1,400 per month. Month after that, he got to about like $7,000 to $8,000. It's like, wait. So 27 days, you added $750. Month after that, you had another 750, you're at 1,400. How did you get to 7,000 by day 90? Well, it's because all the stuff that was working, we're putting into place, compounded, and it just kept going. He actually is at $40,000 a month now. He has 4 people underneath him, right? I think I'm gonna make a new like longer like video training, and I actually want to include pictures of like his firm and like his people inside of it. So I think that's gonna be really exciting to kind of see. But it's all about compounding, right? Just like how we talked about before, like the skills compound, the learnings compound, the clients compound, right? Because once you get a client, sometimes they'll refer 1 or 2 other clients with them. You start getting better at pricing out your services. You start getting better quality clients. You start getting more and more. It's just like, it just grows and it compounds, right? But a rookie mistake people have is that they expect everything to happen overnight. And it doesn't happen overnight, but when it does happen, you don't lose it, right? A rookie mistake I see a lot of people doing, and this is because they're expecting everything to come really quickly, is putting everything into the first 90 days. So this is very counterintuitive, right? Everyone's like, well, wait, what do you mean, Bryce? Don't you want me to work as hard as I can the first 90 days? I kind of, but kind of not. I want you to be focused for 90 days, but I don't want you working hard for 90 days. I want you to be working at a pace that you can actually maintain if you had to do it for like 1 year or 2 years, right? So what do I mean by that? That means that if you have like, family stuff on like Thursday, let's say Thursday you have like church, or let's say every Tuesday your child is like a karate class. Okay, I want you to not have to cut out the karate classes or the church on the Thursday. I want you to be able to work your business around your existing schedule, right? Because your existing schedule probably won't change for a long time, right? Until you can build up enough clientele to leave your job, then it's irrelevant. But while you're starting a business, you need to be able to do it in a way that's not going to sacrifice too much around you. Right? Because we need to at least be able to build up like 6 months worth of this stuff, right? 6 months is really what it takes. Now, if you're working with me, it's a little bit different, but I'm assuming if you're watching this video, I haven't met you yet. So, you know what I mean? And like maybe we never worked together in a mentorship program. Like that's okay, but I'm trying to give you accurate things for if you're doing this stuff on your own, right? Because that's one thing I'm really big on. I'm really big on like accuracy and kind of giving you the right expectations, because I never once, one of the worst things you can have happen is like you are thinking, so imagine you're in like a swimming pool, right? If you feel that you're only about a foot away from the edge, you can extend your arm out just a little bit longer and touch the edge, grab it and pull yourself there, not because you're so tired. But if the edge of the pool is really 4 feet away or 5 feet away and you go and reach out and you don't reach it, you could end up falling and inhaling a little bit more water than what you have to. And then you're like, oh, you're so demoralized. You have to keep going, just pushing a little bit longer, right? So I want to make sure that from the start, I'm giving you proper expectations, right? Because I'm trying to help you out as much as I possibly can inside these videos, right? But that's the thing. It's like you have to just kind of like make this something you can do. Like, here's the thing. I didn't think either of these businesses were going to last 10 years. I didn't think they were going to last 1 year. I didn't think they were going to last 2 years, 3 years, right? So like I have 2 businesses, right? We have the accounting business, we have the mentorship program, right? And like I literally thought for the accounting business that I was going to like lose all my clients, right? I was like, oh yes, we're going to lose all these clients. Like something technically did happen, which was like, the 2020 kind of thing, right? But that wasn't terrible. We just like rebuilt pretty quickly. But I kind of had this thought, like, oh my gosh, something's going to happen. I'm not going to be in business. I'm going to have to go do something else. And then the mentorship program came up. It's like, well, maybe only like 10 people want to work with me. And then after 30 people want to work with me, it's like, oh, well, maybe I'm nearing the end. And then like literally like 7 years later, you're still doing it. You know what I mean? But it's not like it's like a pace that's like that hard. That's the difference between people that are unsuccessful in this, people that are successful. People that are unsuccessful, they're just working super, 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 super hard. They burn themselves out. They never want to do business again. And they switch over to the next thing. Right? People that are successful, they find little ways to do it, right? They find like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, an hour here. When they start getting clients, they start doing the client work in their spare time, maybe on the weekends, and just build it into their lifestyle. It just keeps growing and growing and growing, okay? So if I can impart nothing else to you on this, it's just success happens over a long period of time. And that's good because it's enduring, right? So you don't have to worry about just making 10 grand one time and never making it again. You actually, when you get to 10 grand a month, you're actually at 100,000 per year, right? And just keeps building and building and building and building. And you have something you can pass to your children. You have something that can help pay for your vacations. You have something that can replace your job and buy back your time so you can spend it with your family if that's what you choose to do, okay? Thank you so much for your time. If you want some help growing your business, like maybe even trying, but it's just not quite going the way that you want. If you want some help, and you feel if you had someone who was a little bit further ahead than you that can, guide you by the hand, take you where you need to go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video. Book a call with myself. Let's see if I can help you out inside of our program, okay? I will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy.